Montana's landscape isn't just defined by its rugged beauty, it's shaped by the leaders of the land. This is Leadership, Legacy, and the Land, unveiling the stories of the passionate volunteer leaders who drive the Montana Stockgrowers Association. These cattlemen and women are more than just ranchers, they're trailblazers, preserving our heritage while building the future of Montana's beef cattle industry. Brought to you by Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking.
Lesley Robison, fourth generation Phillips County rancher. My family's been ranching in Phillips County since early 1900s. This ranch is called the Lazy JD Cattle Company, and this ranch was purchased in 1958 by my husband Jim's family, and that's where we are now, 2422 Lazy JD Road. 4 years ago, Jim's brother passed away, and so Jim and I had to take care of it. We took over the ranch, and I have worked outside of the ranch for several years, and once Jim's brother passed away, it kind of put me right into the mix of being the hired man. So it's a lot of work, but the thing is you have to have a passion for ranching to love it. I mean, if you don't have a passion for it, it's going to be very hard to get up every day and go through everything that you have to do to make a ranch successful. My inspiration for leadership started with my parents. My dad was the first president of the Montana Association, and my mom always served. My leadership in Montana Stockgrowers started clear back in 1996 when I was only 30 years old, and I was elected to the board at that time, only the second woman ever to be elected to the board. And it's been a lot of years since then. I've done a lot of other leadership roles with different organizations, and I always wanted to come back into leadership in the stockgrowers, and it seemed like this was a time in my life that it worked out, and I just felt like it was time to serve. My vision for the cattle industry in Montana and across the nation is to keep agriculture land in production. We need to keep the ranchers on the land producing beef and encourage young people or old people, whoever want to come into ranching, encourage new ranchers to come in and live the lifestyle that we do and keep beef in production. I have concerns about Montana's cattle industry. We've had a record number of dispersions, and not only in Montana but across the nation. We've had record numbers of dispersions lately. I think the market has part of it, the age of producers right now. So that's why it's important that we find ways to encourage and to help people be successful in ranching so that we can keep the land in production. The funny thing is it's 140 years for the Montana Stockgrowers this year, and I think if you went back and read the minutes of the Montana Stockgrowers back in 1884, we'd have a lot of the same issues that we have dealt with for decades. Right now we have the good markets, but we need to be able to be sustainable when the markets drop also. So just trying to find ways to make your place sustainable in the bad times along with the good times. Montana Stockgrowers has started the Producer Profitability Initiative, and we're looking at different ways to try to keep ranching sustainable, try to work across the board with other organizations on issues that we can agree on. There's a lot of things that we don't agree on, but there are things that we do agree on. One of them is taxes. We need to work on the tax rules that are going to sunset next year in 2025. And I think that most of the organizations, if not all of them, can agree on a state tax needs to be either get rid of the state tax or at least keep the limits that we have in place right now. See you later, girl. I ran across a quote that said, never confuse a single defeat with a final defeat, and I think it's F. Scott Fitzgerald who said that. And I have that on my wall because you can still have a loss, but don't give up, because not everybody can't win. And so just keep trying and come back, even if you do have a loss. We have losses every day in ranching, so we're resilient and we have to just keep going. Yes, it's awesome that I'm the first woman, and it's historic, and I love to be part of the history of Montana Stockgrowers, but I feel like I've gotten here because of the leadership skills that I have and the work ethic and, gosh, all the passion that I have put into the beef industry. So it's great that I'm the first woman of the Montana Stockgrowers, but I've always been accepted just as another hardworking board member. As the incoming president of the Montana Stockgrowers, I am proud to be part of the Montana Stockgrowers, and I am very happy with the direction that we are going with the Montana Stockgrowers. Since I've been on the board, we have really set goals and tried to really be accountable to our goals, and I think that we'll continue with that with the leadership that we have. And I have so much respect for all the people through the past who have been leaders of stockgrowers, and I just want to continue the legacy of a strong Montana Stockgrowers organization.